These signs of the end of time, some of them are very difficult to discern. Literally, what is being said? What is the meanings? Part of the difficulty, I believe, is that the Prophet ﷺ was speaking according to the understanding of the people of his age about things that they had no frames of reference for. There were no frames of reference. These people did not understand airplanes. They did not understand phones, cellular phones, and beepers and these type of things. It's very difficult. There's a hadith that says, in the end of time, and this is a sound hadith, in the end of time, a man would leave his house. يَخْرُجَ الْمَرْءُ مِنْ بَيْتِهِ فَتُخْبِرُهُ فَخَذُهُ بِمَا أَحْدَثَ أَهْلُهُ مِنْ بَعْدِهِ. A man will leave his house and his thigh will tell him what was happening in his house after he left the house. Now we know in the language of the Arabs will call something by a thing that it's attached to. In other words, if somebody had a phone on their thigh, then the Arabs could actually say أخبرته فخذه, and he means the thing that was on his thigh. This is very common in the Arabic language, to call a thing by a thing that is near, or to call a whole by the part. اشتعل رأسه شيبة. His head, it literally says his head turned gray in the Quran, Zakaria alayhi salam. But it wasn't his head that turned gray, it was his hair. But the Quran uses the whole to indicate the part. So this is part of the Arabic language. So he also said that a man, the shiraku na'lihi satukallimuhu, the strap, the thong of his sandal will speak to him. He said that the jamadat, that inanimate things would speak. There's a saying, it's not a hadith, but it's mentioned centuries ago in the books. إِذَا نَطَقَ الْحَدِيدُ وَسَادَ الْعَبِيدُ إذا نطق الحديد وساد العبيد وقرب البعيد فانتظر الوعيد. This is something I've seen a long time ago. When metal speaks, and the slaves, the low people rule. And this is from that, they're drawing it from the hadith, this proverb. They're drawing it from the hadith. Because the Prophet ﷺ said in the end of time, the lowest people would become the rulers. The lowest people would become the rulers. And he said in a hadith, لا يزال الناس يغربلوا. The people will continue to be sifted out by a sieve. The people will continue to be sifted out by the sieve until لا يبقى من الناس إلا الحذالة. That nothing remains of people except the dregs, the stuff you throw out. Right? And this is one of the signs of the end of time. The Prophet ﷺ said, لا تقوم الساعة حتى يكون أسعد الناس لكع بن لكع. The end of time will not come until the happiest of people is لكع بن لكع, which is an Arabic expression for somebody who has nothing, no origin, no nasab, no ird, nothing. He's just a low لكع بن لكع. That's what the Arabs say, لكع. Like he's worthless. And this would be one of the signs of the end of time, when you have people uneducated prancing about the earth. These rock stars, movie stars, the lowest type dregs of the society, prostitutes and these type of things. They become happy. They become the wealthy people. They become the ones, all these things. This is one of the signs of the end of time. That metal would speak and these low people would become the rulers. And he said, and the far would become near. You see, for instance, to fly from the United States, it takes you 12 hours from California, 12 hours. This is a journey that took years, literally years, not that long ago. Less than 100 years ago, it would take you a very long time to make. Now people complain, the plane's late. It's a half hour late. People complain, like people with these machines, like people that work at their school on a 486, you know, computer line. Have computers come to England yet? No, I'm just kidding. Americans think that, you know, that it's all happening there, and everybody else is in the Stone Age. And this is the Stone Age. You know, rajim means stoned. Everybody's stoned now, right? But this computer they have is a 486. If they get used to it, they go home and they have a 286, what they call a dinosaur now, right? Because it's like 2 years old or something like that. And then they complain and kick it because it's too slow. Right? I mean, this is the thing. Or the photocopy machine. It used to take people hours to transcribe a piece of paper. Now they kick the photocopy machine because this is all part of the disease of the end of time. There's no sabr. People have lost sabr.